Let's just align the cameras, synchronize the cameras. Here we go. Good, let's get started. I've been requested to compare the new GSX 1400 to the T120 Bonneville. And what would I do if I could only have one bike? Well, these are really, really good questions. What we have here is a year and a half old T120, purchased for £11,000, now £12,000 brand new. This was brand new when I bought it, and I did buy it. I didn't take it on hire purchase or anything like that, because the value of my money was diminishing based on inflation. A few weeks ago, I bought the GSX 1400 and came across it by chance. And a wonderful machine, both are wonderful machines. They are wonderful machines. And again, due to the diminishing value of money in the UK, and I keep on going on about this, I'm sorry, I paid cash for that. That doesn't mean to say I've got loads of cash left. I haven't. Which bike, if I could only choose one, would be the bike to move forward through with life? This is a really good question. This one's easier to ride. This one's like flying a Cessna 421. You need experience, but not too much experience. Put a flash up of a 421. This one is like flying a tornado. It's got tons and tons of power, but technology is a few generations behind. Of course, the tornado has been updated and now diminished by the typhoon. This one has got lots and lots of power. I think each bike, from my perspective, correct me if I'm wrong in the comments, I think you need to think about the bike on what you're planning on doing from a riding perspective. If I was a rider that went out every other Sunday afternoon based on the weather being nice and reasonable and all that good stuff, I would probably go for something like this, the GSX 1400, or maybe something of that era. Spend £5,000 on a 20-year-old bike that's in perfect condition and low mileage with full service history, yeah, and do that. With no intentions of touring Europe, with no intentions of doing anything more than going to Matlock Bath, maybe an hour or two away, put your partner on the bike, you know, and do that. I would spend my money here. One could also say I could buy a £5,000 Royal Enfield or a Honda, a brand new Honda, maybe a CB, is it the NX 500X now? Yeah? But as soon as you buy new, it absolutely plummets in value, as you know. There's no rocket science there. We know that. So maybe maybe to reassure myself, I might buy something like this that will not plummet in value over a period of ownership. I can put this on a trickle charge and take it out once every 2 weeks. A lot of people do that. A lot of Bonneville owners do that, because you can get a 6-year-old, 7-year-old T120 with 8,000 miles on the clock, which means it's not been far, and probably it's been looked after really well, because the owner, the type of owner that buys something like this, tend to look after them. Like me, I look after it. I also look after this as well, and have looked after it over the last 3 weeks. The ones that go out every couple of weeks for a quick ride, maybe 2-3 hours, may not look after it as well. I may be wrong on this, because I've never been there. I've always gone out and ridden. So, me, I need a bike that takes me around Europe. I need a bike where I can sell everything up, put all my crap on the bike and just leave the country and never come back. Not that I'm going to do that, but this would take me across the world. I might struggle with this to take me across the world, although you can get pannier and everything like that, but at 45 miles per gallon, thereabouts, 40 miles per gallon, it may be a bit costly to get round the world. And the support for this kind of bike may be a bit more difficult as you travel around the world. There's nothing wrong with going around the world on a GSX 1400, but there is lots and lots of support for the T120. God, this sounds a bit dystopian, doesn't it? But, so my type of riding is, I love to ride on a regular basis. I have the ability to ride on a regular basis because I work from home, and so when I want to go out for a ride and the weather's not so bad, I can quickly get my kit on and go out for an hour's ride or a 2-hour ride at lunchtime in between working from home. Yeah, I have that fantastic capability. It's absolutely wonderful. Daily riding, T120. Fun riding, exceptional, from my perspective, the GSX 1400. The GSX 1400 is an advanced bike. It's got absolutely tons of power and can get you in real trouble if you're not experienced and all that good stuff. I ride very gently nowadays. I ride sedately. I'm guessing the average age of the person that's watching this video is probably 51 or maybe 48 or something like that. And I guess that you ride quite sedately. And this is great for riding sedately. It's luxuriously comfortable. Luxuriously comfortable. This one is not so comfortable, but it is comfortable and has taken me through Europe twice. As I said, it's a year and a half old, and it's already got 9,000 miles. I suspect that's fairly unusual for a T120. It's got 9,000 miles on it, and it's going beautifully. Absolutely wonderful. But it does cost, new today, somewhere in the region of 12 or 12,500 pounds. You can buy these second hand for sort of 6,000 upwards, maybe 5,000 upwards now. But and generally speaking, I suspect that they've been looked after really, really well, with low mileage on. If I only had one choice and had to escape the country, the UK, which currently feels tempting based on some of the stuff that's going off in the UK, I would definitely take the T120. It's easier to ride than the GSX 1400, but the GSX 1400 is easy to ride, but this is easier to ride. It's much thinner, it's much smaller, it's a bit lighter, not much lighter, but it is doing somewhere in the region of 60 to 70 miles per gallon. Whereas on a long run down to Cornwall or something, this is going to be 40 miles per gallon on the motorway, I suspect. This is a different era. The GSX is a different era, but it's a fantastic era where reliability really came on board. As long as you looked after it and gave it regular oil changes and looked at and washed it and took care of it and all that, this will last forever. This will last forever. This one will last forever as long as you look after it. But this has got technology on it which is a couple of generations more than the GSX. This has got technology on it where I'm not sure where that will go in 20 years' time. In 20 years' time, will the riding options be available? How will the electronics, the technology in it start to fail? Yes, where the microchips are not working as they should and things like that. Whereas this thing is completely analog. I know it's got an ECU in it for the fuel injection and all that kind of stuff. But this is time tested. This one is 24 years old with 2,000 miles on it. The GSX has only got 2,000 miles on it, 2,200 if you want to be exact. And that's because it was stuck in a barn for a garage for 23 years, never to see daylight, never to see rain. I know there's a little mark there. I know that. Just here. I'm going to get that sorted out. If I was going touring and things like that, I would possibly get a newer bike and get all the kit on it and go touring. For most riders, and I'm generalising here, most riders are nice day riders on a Sunday and all that, and that's okay. If I had a choice, if I was a Sunday rider or whatever, I would definitely go for the GSX or something of that era, or something of that era where you spend £5,000, let's say, on a bike, and in 3 years' time you can get £5,000 bike. This one cost me 11,000. It's not even worth 8,000 now, I guess. I guess I'd struggle to get 8,000. A year and a half, I've lost £3,000. That's probably why I'm going to be keeping it. Yeah? I will keep this. With the £5,000, you could go and get a new bike that's got 40 horsepower. But if you're only riding it, it's like if it was a car. Would you prefer a nice Hillman Imp in your garage that you took out every couple of weeks? Or for the same price, maybe a bit more, would you prefer to go and get a Triumph Stag that's got a bit of character? This bike, the GSX, oozes character. This bike gets attention, but this bike, everybody's around it because it's a crazy muscle bike. It's got tons of character, tons of character. I mean, you could get something like a Suzuki GS500, the twin, from 20 years ago, just to potter around on a Sunday, if that's what you do. If you just want to potter around and not have too much horsepower, you could get a GS500 for, I don't know, maybe £1,500, £2,000. And then when you come to sell it, it'll be worth £1,500, maybe £1,000, £1,000, £1,500. I don't know. But these kind of iconic bikes tend to hold the value. Not great value. It's not an RD or an RG 500, and they go for stupid prices. But it is a bit of an iconic bike. It really depends on what you want to do with your bike. If I was a Sunday rider every 2 weeks or something, and I'd spent £11,000 or today £12,500 on this, I would be thinking, oh, you know, I've spent a lot of money and I don't actually use it that much. What do you think? You tell me. Hope you found this useful. I'm not saying my answers are right. Not saying my answers are right at all. Don't forget to have a look in the description of the Auchi, the Pun Cube, and the heated gloves, rock iron heated gloves. It's coming up winter. You should get some heated gloves. They're about £100, give or take, and they are really good. And I'll do a review on heated stuff in a bit, in another video. What would you choose? You tell me. Would you prefer a T120 that does 70 miles per gallon, 40 miles per gallon, but goes like a tornado? Yeah. What would you do? This is much more predictable in its riding. This one you've got to concentrate on. Time dilation. That's what this one brings. Time dilation. Hope you enjoyed the video. Hope it meant something to you. If you're subscribed, thank you very much. If you're not subscribed, please do subscribe. It really does help the channel. You don't realise how much it helps the channel. If you found this useful, give the video a like. That promotes the channel, that promotes the video as well to other end users on YouTube. I hope you enjoyed it. I'll see you soon. Ride safely. Thank you. Bye-bye.